But yeah, I'm none to one, and I'm gonna be running the Messenger 8-bit No Out of Bounds new game, and it's a pretty short run in my opinion. And you're gonna be seeing a lot of different types of movement within the game. So to help me accommodate the run and talk about the different types of tech in this game, I have 7D with me. So if you want to introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? My name is 7D, short for 7D Sins. I also speedrun this game on Twitch, multiple different categories. I'm sure you heard a conglomeration of words when he described the category. There's like 10 different categories for this game because of how many ways that you can play the game. But you will be seeing pretty much the first, I'd say, third to half of the game. So anybody out there who hasn't played the game, this is a nice introduction, and you won't spoil the rest of the game.
Yes.
So without further ado, None, are you ready to hold right?
I am ready to hold left. Yes.
We're gonna go straight in the water to the beginning of the game, if that's okay with you guys. All right. Well,
yeah.
if you're ready,
almost left
let's
from three. So 3, 2, 1, go.
let's do it.
Let's go.
So this is, as the beautiful introduction was stated, this is The Messenger, done by Sabotage Studios in 2018, and it was actually the indie game of the year for that year, for great reason. This is pretty much the spiritual successor to Ninja Gaiden in many ways, where it takes lots of little things from games like Mega Man, Shovel Knight, a lot of the cool platformers that have evolved over the years, and sort of puts them all together. And so this stage is pretty much our tutorial where we're introduced to cloud stepping. As you see this mechanic here, anytime Ninja makes contact with pretty much anything in the game that has a hitbox, you can jump afterwards. So nothing really going on in here. We're supposed to be heading to history class, and there's the old man about to start class. And oh my god, the village is under attack. What heck?
Exactly. Plus, I hated history class. So
Yeah, we didn't want to go to history. This is actually the first history class that Ninja has actually gone to, funnily enough, and it's the one that the Ninja village gets destroyed in. So here's the big baddie, and that's the Western hero, who we were supposed to be learning about in our history lesson, but that's okay. We meet him in person instead.
Better than history class, in my opinion.
One of the best things about this game is how the story is told, or I should say the lack thereof of how the story is told. This is the Western hero. He goes, "Hey, nice to meet you. I need you to take this piece of paper to the top of the highest mountain." And then just like, what is it? And Western hero goes, "Thank you," and he teleports out and leaves. So you have no idea what he just handed you, and your village is now on fire and everyone's dead. So, fun introduction to the nice game we're about to play.
Great story so far.
I hope you're enthralled in the lack thereof of story.
Yes, but now we're
Just
coming
kidding,
up on Autumn Hills, and it's actually a pretty technical stage for like an actual beginning stage. So.
And this song though, I love it. I love it so much.
So good, man.
The soundtrack to this game is phenomenal, and I feel like I talk about it every run that I commentate. But the person that made the soundtrack to this game, it's one guy. It's not even a team. It's one guy. His name is Rainbow Dragon Eyes, and well, it's not his name per se, but that's his artist name. And he is a silly, kooky, lovable man who pretty much dresses up like Kiss anytime he gets. We love him. Also, hi, Shoppy!
Hi, Shoppy. All right.
Shoppy's entire existence is to help us out. That's literally it. That's all he's supposed to do for the rest of his life. So we want to make sure we're nice to Shoppy, because he'll get mad sometimes if you don't talk to him. That is an actual canon thing in the game. So the first thing that we got was the ability to strike enemy projectiles, as you see here. But it is really important for just now. We would not really be able to climb this room properly if we didn't have it. And then just other things in general in the game become really difficult if you don't have that ability to slash projectile. Here we're gonna hope for a right boost. Ooh!
Yeah, I didn't get that properly. So.
That's really hard. So pretty much on every spike, there's 2 distinct hitboxes per spike. One will send you left, one will send you right. And you pretty much just have to hope that you got the perfect movement to get boosted right there. So that's just kind of a crapshoot, but that's okay. And now we get to, again, appreciate the amazing sound design from Rainbow Dragon Eyes. I just love the effect when you go into the water. Everything's just slightly muted. Everything's just calm and serene.
And then we get back out.
And then you jump back out, and it's hype again.
Can we go back in?
Well, we're swimming again, so it's okay. Yeah, it's just little things like that. Just as a musician, it feeds my soul.
And as a listener, just really appreciate the sound design. So
hopefully the life card won't troll us. Okay, cool. He's nice.
All right, now tower spike. All right.
Hopefully we got tower spike. That looks good. Nice. Yeah. There's many ways to skip that tower, and all of them feel really satisfying to do.
Yeah, that one was just really easier for me. So, but yeah, there's like a whole bunch of ways to just move through that tower. Which is a great thing about this speedrun, because you're able to do pretty much anything you want to do in any way. Just depends on how much time it saves, but it's a lot of movement options.
Yeah, there's so many optimizations in this game that that make the run ever so slightly more technical, and some of them aren't really even necessary. Like the amount of time that some save is just so minuscule that some runners don't opt to go for them. But when you see like the number one runner go for every single optimization all at once, you kind of just have your mind blown. So I appreciate the fact that we're in a marathon setting, and so Nun's going for some of the safer stuff, not going for some of these crazy, insane strats that only save you a quarter of a second. While they look sick, it's not necessarily worth your death. So,
but I might go for some later on in the run, so watch out for that.
Spicy!
But yeah,
let's hold Nun to that, shall we?
But yeah, one of the strats I'm not actually going for that you might see in like a top level run is actually called turtle boosting or key boosting, and basically that just allows you to like just slash an enemy like mostly like green kappas. I can't explain this right. 70, please take over.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you talking about T-Boost. I will actually touch on T-Boost in just a sec. Yeah, this boss right here, we just purchased 2 individual upgrades. One was for the ability to cancel damage fallback, so you can just press jump and then you'll jump back out of the fallback. And the other one was for the shuriken. And we purchased a shuriken for the rest of the run, but specifically so that we can get a 1 cycle on this boss. And nice, we killed him before the ring came back.
But yeah, we got it. Let's go.
So what a T-Boost is, like Nun was mentioning, pretty much anything in this game that has more than 1 health has a pushback mechanic where you slash it, it pushes you backwards, sort of to give you that feel of the enemy still alive and you're fighting it. But you can trick the game into starting your slash backwards, then turning into the enemy, and what'll happen is the game thinks that you started slashing it to the one direction, and when you turn around, it actually pulls you through the enemy and boosts you forward. Also, shoutouts to how hard that level was.
Super hard, yes.
That's actually a really difficult level later on, but unfortunately in this category you don't get to see it or hear its awesome Mega Man reference music. It's really, really good.
And Necro, he just dipped out.
Yeah, Necro is another introduction to a mechanic in the game that is actually how you continue the rest of the Forlorn level, but we won't see that with 8-bit, and I won't spoil how that how that goes about. So you'll have to play the game for yourself.
Yeah, buy the game. I'm telling you this right now. Buy it.
Speaking of spoilers, hi Ruxstan. That's our first villain of the game, quote unquote villain. We love Ruxstan. He's just a confused child that is being manipulated by this really scary staff that has magical powers. So it's okay. We love him, and everyone loves him. He's just confused.
He tried to be spooky, but in our hearts we know.
Yeah, he tried his hardest. You'll see why later. I mean, I think it's a really they've done a really good job of introducing that character, because let's be honest, those of you who are new to this game, you just saw that cutscene, you're like, oh wow, it's like a real long cape. Looks scary. The guy's got a staff. Like, oh man. That's a scary looking villain, So we'll just leave it at that until the end of the stage, and we'll pick back up on that conversation.
Catacombs, stage of cycles.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Cycle Combs is what this stage has been opted to be named by most of the runners. And this stage is pretty much, can you dodge the crushers? Can you beat the crushers?
And so the answer is always no.
No, you cannot. But this stage will troll you in many ways, but as long as you really are doing the proper movement for every room, the rooms always start in a particular way when you enter them, so You know, as long as you're paying attention, you should always do the room properly. But speaking of doing the room properly, we're probably not about to do it here. This is one of the hardest things in the game, and it is really the only skip in the game. It's called the Donkadonk. So it's really hard to set up. Basically, this cutscene that we just fell into, the trigger for it is on like the 4th block inside the room. So if you're able to fall with a cloud step and then jump and hit that lantern on the top right, you can pretty much jump and hover over the cutscene trigger. And it doesn't save a whole lot of time. It saves the time of you having to watch the Ruxton cutscene and then kill the enemies. So it really only saves 10 to 15 seconds, but it's a skip nonetheless, and it feels really hyped to go for it because it's really hard.
Yeah, it's really satisfying to go for it. But we're just gonna keep on going. We're about halfway through the catacombs, so we're just gonna do this very cool vertical climb up here.
I love that vertical climb. Yeah, that's
so
that section always feels like once you get the hang of T boosts, or not T boosts, sorry, just cloud stepping in general, it shows you just how fluid it can feel to just go straight up a room if you do it right, and just chef's kiss.
So, yeah, shout out to Crusher, who almost tried to kill me, but I'm not gonna talk about it.
We're living. We've been at 3 health in all these spike rooms, which would have led to 1-touch death, but that's okay. We made it.
Yes.
And remember when I was talking about that scary guy with the staff? You know, look how big he is with the staff.
No.
Oh, something's not right here. He should. Oh. Yeah, he's like 9.
Okay.
And he gave us a low fight. Dang. I should have just said high. That's my fault. We want high Ruxton. So the low fight, you actually get to see the full actual fight and what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to manipulate him. The high Ruxton fight, you quite literally he shows up in the top here and you just get up on this platform and just wail on him. The devs did not think that you could get up on that platform, so they really wanted to give him like an animation where he was doing that attack, but they were like, you know what? I don't want to make another sprite. Let's just add a platform up there. They can't get up there. It'll be fine.
Little did they
and
know.
then the devs watched us do the speedrun. They're like, oh, you can get up there? Oops. Our bad.
You want to sing a song for people?
Absolutely. If you'll excuse me, chat, I must sing the song of my people. This is the Bamboo Boogaloo, created by none other than Rainbow Dragon Eyes himself. I like Chinese food. Chinese food is good for you. I like to eat Chinese food, and Chinese food is yummy too. If you like me too, you will bring me Chinese food because it is so yummy. Did I mention I like Chinese food? That is an actual song written by the developer of the music himself, Rainbow Dragon Eyes. It was made as a joke tweet. Somebody tweeted out at him and said, like, hey, did you ever consider making lyrics or anything to any of these songs? And he said, yes, in fact, I did. Here's the lyrics to Bamboo Boogaloo. And he made that tweet, and it got so many likes and retweets that he was like, actually, just kidding. That was not a joke. Those are the canon lyrics to the song. So we have to sing the Bamboo Boogaloo every time we get here. Because let's be honest here. Who doesn't like Chinese food?
Yeah, I love
another funny tidbit about the music is that all of the music can also be sung to the name of Rainbow Dragon Eyes' cat. I don't know the cat's name, but that is a true fact. Actually said by himself.
All right, that was really scary.
He was in chat on one of the speedruns when the devs were present for like a devs react video. It was quite beautiful. So here. This is called N2 skip. We're gonna hope for R2 N2. Okay, so we went for N2. We go for this a few times, and if we don't get it, then we take the elevator of shame, the elevator of shame, if you will. We take the L and we continue. That N2 skip's really hard, really precise. It feels good to hit, but if you sit there going for it a whole bunch, it's just a really huge chunk of time that you just lost. So might as well just ride the elevator. But that's okay.
This was Bamboo Creek, by the way, in case you could not tell by the song and the level. But we're just coming up in the end, so we're gonna just do this very cool cloud step section.
Yeah, this is called Jump Program, and that part just feels so good. Like once you understand, similarly to that other vertical climb, once you understand how to gain max height out of those cloud step sections, it just feels so good to do it right.
Yeah,
we got a 1 platform drop. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
0 platform drop in that section is really hard.
Yeah,
You gotta have like
really tight.
perfect drift, and it's whatever. It doesn't really save a whole lot of time. But here we have the Howling Grotto, and we gain access to some of the coolest upgrades. Not the coolest one, which is coming up later, which I won't spoil. But first of all, hi, Shoppy. Hey, bud.
Hi.
Oh no,
Oh my
he's
god.
ah! It's okay. We were just excited. He was just excited to see Shoppy.
Jumping
That's
for
fine.
joy, yes.
So we got a certain amount of time shards so that we would be able to buy the new upgrade, which is I like to dub it the Pogo because I played a lot of Donkey Kong Country with Cranky Kong, very broken. But the wingsuit attack, as you just saw him use, gives us a downward swing, which can give us upwards momentum, which is very, very helpful. And we also purchased something called the Swim Boost, which you'll see a little later once we get in the water. Will put us at maximum speed and can allow us to do something pretty cool. But I'll just let you see that. But for now, we're just gonna listen to this awesome song and take a look at these golems. By the way, look at he's jamming. It's like he's holding some headphones. He's beating the desk. Like he's like, yeah, this is a cool song. So there's a beautiful golem jam emote made by the Sabotage community, where they've got a pair of headphones on and they're mixing on their on their DJ table. It's very apt for this level.
Yeah, and I just missed DK skip, which is a really tight cycle-based skip that allows me to like actually skip the same chainsaw death. So I'm not.
But the DK skip is really just you beating that second saw. So while it is a skip and it feels good to hit because you had perfect movement to hit it, it's not that big of a time save. Yeah, feels good though, but
it saves like it's 3 seconds, I believe. So.
Yeah, something like that. Might even be less.
Right.
That golem at the top there and that fall control you. So that was actually a really good glide.
Yeah, like I usually wait like a good second for it.
So here we go. Here's a yeet. Hey! So that's a mini yeet. There's actually a way to conserve that yeet where you get a cloud step off of the lantern as you pass it in that section. And then when you transition into that next room, you can jump and then hit one of those meatballs that's on those platforms. And you can carry that yeet all the way through that next room. It's really, really hard, which is why they call it the super yeet. So most runners don't ever get that yeet, but you feel like a god when you get it.
This is almost end of a hauling grotto, so there's not really much else to say. So if there's any like donations or anything, go ahead and count them out. Alright, I guess not. But yeah, coming up is Emerald Golem, and I'm gonna try to get 7 hits in the core in the middle, and then like just get the last hit like outside the big hands with a shuriken, and then just wham on him at the head. So
yeah, this is essentially your counting boss. You just make sure you count to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then the last hit, like you said, we use the shuriken to start the cycle on the edge so that we can get the max hits. And we only have one more shuriken, but that's okay. That's all we need to do this properly. We just got to make sure we count to 7. There we go. And turn around, bam. Very clean. And we got the 2 cycle here. And now that we've taken the right amount of damage, we won't really care about this next phase. Because what's going to happen is the core is going to fly up, and then its movement will be completely random once it gets to the top. So we can just kind of follow it and go inside its hitbox and not care what happens. Nice. Good job.
Just take a quick damage boost and just go ham on him. And he's sad.
Fun. I always talk about the dialogue here. It's really funny. So the golem never attacked you. You attacked it first. And so the golem asks, why'd you attack me? And Ninja's like, what do you mean? You attacked me? And the golem's like, no, that's not what happened. You attacked me. So he explains to you that, or they, I should say, they explain to you that they just spent 3,000 years making this golem so that they can dig inside this cave faster. And they finally just completed it, and they were so happy about it. And you showed up and you blew up their golem. And Ninja's really upset about that. Ninja's like, oh no. They just kind of say nothing and has an ellipses. And then the golem is like the bigger adult. And they go, actually, you know what? It's okay. Like, accidents happen. I'll open the exit. You can leave. And Ninja's like, oh, really? Oh, gee, thanks, man. You're a good friend. And then So you see the golem look up at you, smiling. Oh, bye! It was nice to meet you. And then you leave, and the golem just loses it and starts crying. Oh, my golem! So we feel bad that we destroyed the golem that took 3,000 years, or at least we the player, not Ninja. Ninja has no feelings apparently.
Ninja is a Chad.
I don't know about Chad. I just kind of destroyed that golem's 3,000 years of hard work, but it's okay. It was for speed.
Yes, we have to go fast because we are speedrunners. But yeah, coming up, or the stage we're in right now is Coastal Marsh, and it's a pretty easy stage. You just hold right a lot. And
yeah, for the longest time, this was noted. Just kind of hold right the level until T-boosts were found, like we had mentioned previously. But T-boosts are very hard because you really have to turn around for really only one frame to get the maximum speed boost off of the whatever you're boosting off of. And you have to jump over it during the boost so that while you get moved forward, you don't get hit by the enemy that you're boosting off of and cancel all of your speed. So each T-boost individually is actually quite difficult. So to opt to not go for them is very respectable. But because we're not doing T-boosts, this is just kind of hold right. And it's kind of a nice break, really, before the rest of the run, because the boss of this stage is actually quite difficult. There's a lot of things to do in order to do the boss quickly and skip lots of the phases. And then the stage right after the boss is just nutty. The run pretty much explodes after the boss of this level. So we get to just kind of take a breath here and appreciate that we haven't died yet. Which, by the way, great job. No deaths so far.
Yes, no deaths.
I just jinxed the rest of the run, so chat, you should probably all be very mad at me, right? But regardless, we're coming up to the end of the stage, and like Nun said before, there is a time here where if you want to add some donations, great Todd man, great name by the way, you're more than welcome to add a few.
No donations at the moment, but I do want to touch on something coming up very soon. We have a bid war on which character will be played in Sonic 3, and currently Tails is up by $5. So, any lovers of Blue Hedgehog, get your money in.
And get it in quick, because that run is literally next. So, like I was saying about the boss, this boss is difficult. What's supposed to happen is she grabs a ring and then starts the next phase of her attack. But if you can follow her up to the ring, then you can cancel the attack before it happens. None actually opted to not do that for the second time, because if you've hit her the proper amount of times, her fight will be scripted. It's pretty much scripted on the amount of damage you've dealt. And hopefully we've dealt the right hits. Nice. So she just falls back down. We get the last hit. That was a really clean boss fight. There's so many ways that can go horribly wrong. And you saw none of them. So, none of them.
You're so hilarious, 70.
I'm really not, but it's okay. I love dad jokes, and they love me. Welcome to the explosion of the run. This is Searing Crags, and this music is just... I've never gotten tired of this song. The name of the track is called The Impossible Climb. And hi, Shoppy! Hi, friend! Welcome to the most important shop of the run, where we did not get the hook shot, we did not get the grappling hook, we got the rope dart. And the mantra of this video game is rope dart everything. As you can see, we are going so fast, it's kind of ridiculous. Rope dart's cool in that you can use it to climb vertically faster, you can use it to move in sections horizontally faster, and there's multitude of glitches with it as well. So not only do we just go fast, we break the game with it. It's great. We love the rope dart.
It's one of the best items in the game, but I'm not going to say what is the best item in the game, because that'll be a spoiler. So
exactly.
Unless you want to watch a new game plus run this game, then go ahead.
Because we don't appreciate spoilers in this community, that being the case due to the lovely split of categories that we have access to, for this run, you're not going to see the end of the game. So why would we spoil the rest of the game for you if you haven't played it? Go buy this game; it's really good. So here we're coming up to one of my favorite. That skip right there always looks so cool. that ceiling is open just so that those enemies can fall into that room, but with the proper movement, you can actually just go through that hole that you're not supposed to be able to. And here, maybe we'll see a Justin port. There's a really difficult Justin port off of one of these. I always call them a sun. There's like an armadillo, but...
Oh, let's go.
Oh, nice! Let's go! Okay, so the way that works is if the enemy that you rope dart to dies the same frame that your rope dart fully contracts to it, the game gets very confused and says, well, I just rope darted onto X enemy. Where is X enemy? And so if that enemy appears on your screen later, then the game goes, oh, there it is, and it teleports you to that enemy. Really, really cool skip. Actually, dev intended, because the way that they conserved momentum or memory in this game was that's just the same enemy. It just appears later on the screen. So this is Kolos and Susie's, aka RNG, the brothers. They have 1,000,001 attacks that they can do. You really only want to see them do the solo attacks because they take the shortest amount of time. And you can tell that the brothers are dead if in the background they have like the cartoon star spinning over their head. So I'm pretty sure Susie's is dead now. No, Susie's is very much alive. So this is actually kind of this is a very trolly pattern. Kolos looks very dead though.
Okay, yeah. So
oh, never mind. Susie's is
out,
dead.
Yeah.
It turns out the excess damage that you do to one of the brothers will actually carry over. So you can think that the brothers are not dead on the cliff, but then you just overkill the other brother, and then the fight ends. So very, very weird fight. We always appreciate that the fight is over, because we don't have to deal with them.
This fight, so bad.
Yeah.
But
and they send us to the coolest level ever. Shovel Please is in chat if you have it. Shovel Please, this music is godlike, and so is this climb. The way I like to describe this level is that pretty much the searing crags level is you getting used to the rope dart and how to use it effectively. And then once you're used to it, the game's like, okay, now have... this climb is so cool. Really interesting combination of horizontal and vertical climbs with an emphasis on mostly vertical. But yeah, this stage is beautiful. And I never get tired of the song either.
Yeah, I'm just gonna focus here real quick because
focus up. The vertical climbs in any speedrun are always the hardest sections in my opinion, but they're always the most interesting. So. And one of the cool things that you notice about the rope dart is, so the way that Ninja works basically for climbing, unlike a Mega Man X game where you can touch a wall and they'll like slowly slide down the wall, if Ninja ever comes in contact with the wall, he gets stuck to the wall because of the climbing claws that we got. And so because of that, trying to go up certain areas where you only want like 1 to 2 wall jumps can be kind of tricky sometimes because you'll get stuck in places where you don't want to be stuck. So we can use the rope dart on any section that is only 1 tile wide. And because Ninja won't cling to the surface, we'll just continue moving on at our fast, speedy pace. And that's called a Hansan, made by the runner that actually created the trick. And speaking of sick tricks, there's this really cool trick that we were talking about earlier that Justin got to see. Hopefully we're going to see the second one of the run right here. Ooh. Hey, let's go! We did 2 for 2 in the Justin port. That is so hype. This is actually such a good pace. So that one's really, really weird to set up, and you really only have 1 shot. But none got it, and we're on an awesome pace.
Yes. I think this is 32 pace, actually. Not if I'm like just looking at my sister. But yeah, this is 32 pace.
And we made it. We made it to the top of the mountain, and now we have no idea what we're doing. Because the Western hero told us to go to the top of the mountain. These other people in blue robes appeared and they said, hey, hold the scroll over your head. And Ninja does it. And then they're like, wait, that's not high enough. Hold it higher. He's like, oh, like this? And then this happens. This giant temple comes out of nowhere. You have no idea what it is. And the 3 of them are like, I'm so excited. It's time. And you're like, what? And they're like, anyway, we're going to go in here now. Welcome to the hardest level in the game for 8-bit. I won't say for the whole game because, again, spoilers. This is the Tower of Time, a.k.a. the Tower of Tears or the Tower of Time Loss. This stage is brutal. Up to this point, spikes right there have been the highest damage source, dealing 3 damage. And they introduce lasers in this stage, which do 4. This stage hates you, and you hate it. But hopefully, we will skip some of these lasers coming up right here. This is called Hail Mary. Nice, we got first part of Hail Mary good. Now we just got to take this D-boost. Let's go.
Alright, that one projectile almost hit me, and I got scared, but I was fast enough, luckily, and I got past it.
And as you can see, that skip doesn't really skip. It doesn't save a whole lot of time, and it puts us at 1 health. Just a reminder for the rest of the run. Thank God, save points put us at 3 damage, but it's really just kind of a fake hope, because lasers do 4, and that's greater than 3. So heck you. But that's okay. We're gonna go fast.
Super fast. All right, I'm gonna get hit.
Oh,
because
God!
they were trolling, so.
Wizrobes are completely random in their movement and so they always track on you, but it's a sort of a very small angle differential in how they'll shoot. So yeah, Wizrobes are just trolly.
Right.
There's another example of a Hanson there, using your rope dart to pull yourself to 1 tile.
Alright, 1 cycle. Let's go.
That was a really nice 1 cycle. That room is so hard to do right before that crusher comes down, and this man just did it 2 times in a row. I'm mad. I see you have 4 health. Do we have a toothbrush in our near future?
I should have probably practiced it like when I had the time.
Please don't. So there's a skip coming up that we could do, but it's way safer to not. You can use that spike on the left here because we have 4 health to put us at 1 health, and then use that damage boost to go all the way up that wall. But that is really, really tough, very time specific. And the scary thing about a wall with any holes in them is that if your rope dart comes in contact with any of those holes, your rope dart pretty much gets locked out from being used. So if you rope dart incorrectly on that section, you just basically die, and feels real bad. But None did a great job of continuing.
There, so, yeah.
And we saved the last shuriken to get rid of that walk. If you use your shurikens and have to walk that bad.
Oh my god. Okay, I can't do the skip now. Okay, cool.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna make the last? Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we should be fine, but I'm not gonna do this. Not being able to do this.
No, yeah, we can't do the skip, so we're just gonna have to ride the platform, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because we didn't die.
Yes, and that's all that matters. Not dying.
This is deathless, mind you. Reminder that this is a deathless. Which we did not actually talk about. A really cool fact about the Quillshroom boss is that if you have not died up to that point, you pretty much skip a cutscene where there's the death mechanic is pretty much these demons that show up and like reverse time, and they take some of your money for it. And you find out that the Quillshroom boss happens to have one of those demons. And if you've seen your demon appear at up to that point in the game, then the 2 demons have like this small conversation. But if you've never died up to that point, then your demon's not there, and you skip a cutscene. So, really cool dev-intended skip where you don't die, you're going faster. Who knew?
Alright.
So now we're at the final boss, where hopefully we're just going to abuse the heck out of the ability start.
Mm-hmm. That will in turn give us like invincibility frames for a short second, and we just keep on doing that in the head of the boss. So hopefully that turns goes well. So
they tried their hardest to make sure that you could not cheese this boss with like the clap right here and this circle of the energy. But like Nunn mentioned, if there's a small part of the rope dart animation where you have invincibility. It doesn't last the whole time, but there's enough that you can use it properly and pretty much just never get hit by this boss.
And time, by the way. That was time, yes.
Nice boss.
Thank you. But yeah, that will be it for the 8-bit category.
And
yeah.
if Nunn were to hit this switch right here, which he should not do, by the way.
Oh, you said hit it?
Then,
oh.
No, don't do it! Then you'd see the rest of the run take place. I won't spoil what happens because, again, please go buy this game. It is worth the whatever the price is. It's even worth $60. Is it really $20? Sabotage is amazing. Please go buy it right now. So once again, my name is 7D. I love commentating this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did commentating it. And Nunn, that was a fantastic run. Good job, man.
Thank you, 7D. It was good talking with you about this game because first time actually like trying to talk about and playing at the same time. So
yeah, you actually did a really good job of co-commentating with me. You did better than the last run, and you still commentated. It's pretty intense. Good job, my man.
Yeah, that was a 32-35 without the
Wow!
load. So
Let's go, sub 33.
yes,
Hit a marathon. That's crazy. Well, once again, thank you for the opportunity to be part of this marathon. Great Todd, man. None, unless you have anything else to say. We'll hand it back to you. Please join the Sabotage Speedrun community. The Bamboo crew is all inclusive, and we want you to be part of it.
Yeah, shout out to the Bamboo crew. There are some amazing people who actually destroy this game, like try to find strats to like optimize this game as much as possible.
You'd be surprised at some of the people that you'd think they're computers in how good they are at this video game. It's nuts.
It's crazy.
So thank you for the opportunity, and great Todd, man. Please take it away.